As I sit here, reflecting on the events that transpired after my son's birth, I'm reminded of a harrowing experience that shook me to my core. A friend had generously given me a surplus of formula, but my son's stomach issues rendered it unusable. I decided to give it away on a local online forum, where a young woman from my small town reached out, desperate for the formula. Her boyfriend had left her, and she was struggling to make ends meet. When we spoke on the phone, I could sense her desperation and tears. She hesitated, unsure if she should accept my offer, but I reassured her that I wanted to help. I asked if it was okay to bring the formula to her, and she agreed, but explained that she'd have to wait until she could find a way to get closer to town. I could hear the struggle in her voice, the weight of her situation bearing down on her. My husband and I decided to do more than just drop off the formula. We went through our pantry, fridge, and freezer, gathering non-perishable items we couldn't use or didn't need. We ended up with 3 large bags and a laundry hamper full of essentials. When we arrived at her trailer, I was struck by the desolate surroundings. A small, run-down home in the middle of the desert, with no public transportation in sight. She invited us in, and we were met with a nearly empty home. There was no TV, and the kitchen was barren, with no food in sight. As we unloaded the items, she was overwhelmed with gratitude, tears streaming down her face. She hugged me, thanking me profusely, and made her son a bottle right away. It broke my heart to see them so hungry, so desperate. Just then, car lights approached the trailer, and she became frantic, begging us to leave. A burly, bearded man emerged from the darkness, reeking of alcohol, and began yelling. "I told you before, no one is welcome here unless I say so," he bellowed. My husband, a skilled kickboxer, defended himself against the man's attacks until he pulled out a gun, which jammed. My husband subdued him until he was unconscious. We immediately told the woman to pack whatever she could, and we took her and her child with us. They stayed in our home for about 3 months, and all seemed okay. But one fateful day, I came home from work early to find her in our bed with my husband. I lost my temper, attacking them both, screaming, How long has this been going on? How did I not suspect?" I did a lot of damage to her face with an ornament that was on the dresser. She pressed charges against me for the attack and the injuries she suffered. I feel my whole life is ruined. I kicked my husband out of our home that day, and they have since set up a home together in another house in our small village. I'm left to pick up the pieces, my heart broken, my trust shattered. I thought I was doing a good deed helping someone in need, but she's made me lose my faith in humanity.